Today we're taking a look at the Rainbird easy to program hose end timer, formerly known as the ZA84 timer. This is the only tap operated timer from Rainbird. Features a 3/4 inch threaded female inlet and a 3/4 inch male threaded outlet. The timer uses 2 AA batteries and that should last you a full watering season. Can water up to 2 times a day and uses a dial system on the front rather than just a push button system. One thing to mention with this timer is it's not supplied with a standard hose connector like a lot of the other timers in the range are. So if you're planning to have a standard hose connector on here, you will need to purchase that separately. Now that we've got the batteries into the timer, we're going to want to go ahead and get that programmed. So as mentioned before, the Rainbird uses this dial on the front as well as the arrows on the side. By default, the timer should be in the off position, so we're just going to turn this dial clockwise once and then once again to get to the set clock option. So this is just setting the current time, and to alter that, we're just using the arrows to either add or subtract. We're just going to choose 1 PM for the moment, just as an example. Once you've got it to your desired time, you can just hit the OK button to confirm. And now it's asking us to say which day we're on. This just happens to be a Thursday, so we'll just again use the arrows until we find Thursday and press OK to select the option. That is now set, so we can go back to our wheel and start programming the next section. So now we've got the current time set, we're going to want to set our start time for the watering. So we're using this dial on the side, and again, just turning it once clockwise, and we'll see on the screen it's asking us to select a start time. Again, we're just using the arrows. We'll just select 7 AM as an example. So I'm just pressing and holding on that button until I get to 7 AM. There we go. And then I'm just confirming with the OK button. It's now asking me if I'd like to set another start time. So this timer can water twice a day. I'm not going to in this instance, but you can just go ahead using the OK button to select another start time. So now we've got our start time selected, we're going to want to tell the timer how long we want to water for. So we're going back to the dial, turning it once clockwise again, and we're faced by a number of minutes here. So again, using the arrow, we can select the number of minutes we want that to run for. I'm going to select 20 minutes as an example. So once I've found that, again, I can confirm it with the OK. And anytime you're setting these, you should see the word set come up on the screen, just to confirm that that's been registered by the timer. The last option we've got on this timer is to set the run days of the week. So again, I'm just turning this clockwise, one option, and it will let us set which days we want that timer to come on. So to select these, we can use the OK key. So you'll see it's currently highlighting Monday. So if we press OK, Monday is selected. We can then use the arrows, select Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So in this instance I'm watering every day, and just to quickly go over that again, I'm using the arrows to select the day and just confirming I want them to water using the OK button. Now that they're all selected, we can turn this dial over to the auto option and we can place this on the tap and it's ready to water. In addition to the automatic watering, this timer also has a water now function, which you can activate simply by pressing the water now button on the front. If you want to cancel that water now feature, simply press the button again and that will end it. It also has a nice feature where you can actually cancel your watering for the day as well. This timer is not compatible with a soil or a rain sensor, so the cancel water button does need manual input, but it can prevent you from overwatering if you want to use that. Just like with the rest of the timers in our range, the Rainbird timer is not suitable for winter use. It does have a winter caution sticker on the top just to remind you of this. So anytime you're facing freezing conditions, you will want to remove this from your system, as frost damage is not covered by the warranty. When it comes to the winter months where you're not going to be using your irrigation system, you'll want to remove the timer permanently, remove the batteries and store it indoors. If you're storing it in a garage or shed, make sure you've given the timer a really good shake out to get any water out of it, as those areas can still drop below freezing and you may find that any water in there could freeze and damage the timer. Wherever possible, we'd recommend you actually store it within your home where it's not going to be exposed to those freezing temperatures. If you have any questions regarding the timer, or if there's anything we haven't covered in this video, please feel free to leave a comment and one of our team will get back to you with the answer as soon as we can.